Hello everyone, my name is Crembels and welcome to the channel. We are here with an amazing little game called Terra Nil that I'd really like you guys to pay attention to. It's available right now as a demo only on Steam, with a predicted release date of 2022 at some point. So I definitely think this is one to watch, and you guys should for sure go and wishlist this now whenever you can. But what we're going to do today is we're going to play through the demo, and we're going to see how this thing develops. Now, the premise of this is a reverse city builder. So, which is very interesting, because usually, you build cities, right? But in this case, you're essentially doing the opposite. You're taking a wasteland, a ruined wasteland, essentially, and rejuvenating it into something like this, like we have here in our wonderful little intro screen, which I find is very peaceful and very, a very chill thing to look at. So it's one of those games where it's not a lot of stress, a bit of puzzle to it, but it's something that you can, just sort of kick back and play for a little bit and not have to worry too much about other people, for example. So without further ado, let's take a look at the demo, and we'll take a look at what we're hopefully going to be looking forward to in the full release. So we're going to start with some renewable energy. So yeah, no dirty power here. So you can only build this on top of some rocks. So let's start with what's a good place that's sort of central to everything. We obviously want to be close to the riverbanks. So let's take a look. I think our initial spot is probably the best. So there we go. We have a currency in terms of these leaves. So you do have a limit to how many you can do. You can't just go around spamming everything. And we'll start off at first with some toxin scrubbers. So this blasted land can't grow anything on it. So let's there we go. Place out a few around here. Make sure we have everything that we need. So it's up to you to use your resources intelligently, but they are pretty generous, making sure we're covering as much land as possible. So with that, let's put in a first machine, the irrigator. So it requires fertile land and will provide us with more currency and grass, which is very, very important to us. You can rotate it around a few ways. You want to maximize the amount of positive ground that you can cover. So let's stick one there, and we'll immediately wash in two directions. Another one there. We'll give it an L shape. Hey, there we go. Look at that. So this is our target greenery. So this is the amount of greenery we want to restore to the whole area. So we've got a bunch more leaf currency, I guess we'll call it. This item doesn't really have a name. So we'll place down another wind farm. We're trying to avoid placing the irrigators on top of high ground. You'll see why very shortly. But as much as possible, try to place them on it's effectively the bottom level of the map. The art style is, of course, an absolute treat. I love this. Now let's place some water. Now these riverbanks are very useful to us, and they will be shortly. So you can only place these in a certain. You can only place a water tower, a water pump rather, which will pull up groundwater. You want to, and the bonus is that if you place it higher up, the more riverbank it will actually fill. So one in the middle here is pretty good. We get a lot of return from that. Look at all of that that'll fill in. But we have some higher ground area up here. So what can we do with this? Ah, very nice. Okay, let's start. Is that actually on the higher ground? Yes, it is. It all is technically. Let's go right there. Fantastic. Fantastic. This is curious because we have a raised area up here that you can't actually place a water pump on. So that's kind of put a bit of a spanner in the works, but that's okay. Oh, so close, but that's okay. We'll get to that soon. But I think this is actually the perfect time to probably consider an excavator, but we might have to hold off on that for now. Our calcifier is also very important. So it creates more rocks for us. It can only be placed near water because it will turn the grass into rocks. Don't ask how, but it works. I would like to get to the next level before I use the excavator, because the unfortunate thing about the excavator is that it will poison the land around it once it fires. It'll create a nice channel for all of the water to go through, which is of course very useful, but that comes at a cost. I think we might have to place our water pump, or place a water pump rather, here. It's a calcifier and get us some rocks. Another power pole. And scrub the land that's around here. We might get away. See, we have this space right here, which is obviously very prime and good for us to make use of. But the only spots for our excavator will end up killing a whole bunch of plant life, and we really kind of don't want that. See, if we were to do it like this, this might actually minimize the damage. It will kill everything that's around in this area, but it will extend a waterway all the way down here. 118, that's a good one. Aha, excellent. Yeah, we successfully repopulated this wasteland with plant life. Now, increase the biodiversity of the ecosystem by restoring 3 biomes. Press the 2 tab to access new buildings. Now, we have flowers, wetlands, and forest. Here's where the hard stuff comes. Now, we'll start by placing down a research center, which first and foremost reduces the size of the excavator to a 1x1 device, which is certainly far better for us. Doesn't reduce the pollution of it though. It's certainly far better. Gives us access to hydroponiums for wetlands, a beehive, the arboretum, which will give you forests, a solar amplifier, which we'll get to later, and a desiccator, which will interact, let's say, with the solar amplifier. Do we have any trees? We have 1 tree. Oh, look at this. We actually have a couple. We might actually be okay. So let's place 1 beehive. You'll see the flowers spread around. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? It's really satisfying seeing everything regenerate on you. There's another one there, and another one there. Excellent. Look at that. We're way over our needed coverage of flowers, so that's good. Now let's start with some the hydroponium. Sorry. Now think about these, that they can only be placed on the lower. This is why we only wanted to place our irrigators close on the bottom level. Is because the hydroponium can only be placed also on the bottom level and on top of the irrigators. This is how we're going to create our wetlands. So start with 1 here. See, the seamless transition between a lot of these biomes is just is an absolutely beautiful thing to behold. These ones, let's convert them. Oh, but first of all, let's convert that so we can make sure that we're nice and healthy on that. This area right here, I think we might want to have a channel go in, and this area too. I think we might have to take the L, as it were. And this is not going to be pretty, but we're going to have to do it. There we go. Cut straight through. Recalcifier right there. We'll have a power at the top. So this one's probably going to only consume what's on this side. So put 1 there. We have space for water. You want to make sure that you're building pretty much everything as close to water as you can. Okay, fantastic. Now, our desiccator. We're going to need some flowers and some sun. But first of all, we will start with our solar amplifier. Now, I do want to make sure that our waterways are all secure. It will do nothing at the moment, but you'll soon see what that's going to get for us. Cure a bit of land like that, and replace this one pretty much immediately with an arboretum. The hydroponium, sorry. There we go, we're getting a lot better at our wetlands coverage now. Now, the last one is an arboretum. We need to create forest. And what do we need to create forest? Well, we're going to need some dead plants. So, in the range of our solar amplifier, we're going to place desiccator, which I think right here will do. Burn, baby, burn. Here we go. Set the plants on fire and spread all over the place. Wetlands don't burn very well, of course. I think we need a little bit more than that. It's not good enough, really. So let's place another desiccator right here, and we'll burn this top plateau. Now that's plenty. That's definitely plenty. Now our arboretum is up. They can only be placed on the burnt out husks of former devices. So let's get a start. This is going to be beautiful. Instant forest, just add water. One at the top. Ah, wonderful. This is working out very well. This might be all that we needed. Oh, and we're down. There we go. We are actually below the minimum for flowers again. So, but I think we will be able to, because now that we have so many more trees available to us, we might be able to just place down a couple more hives. And we'll be good. The easy stuff is obviously already gone. So there's some spare grassland right here. We're going to need a little bit. Yay! Fantastic. With the biodiversity restored, we can begin the process of cleaning up. You need to construct an airship of recycled materials. You'll also be given access to advanced weather technology. Now, here's where the sci-fi comes in. We now have our airship, which we shall place down in a central location. The game, demo at least, does not deal with that very well. We'll place down our airship right here, and our drone, so our recycling drone, which services said airship. I need to place one. And now comes the process of taking all this apart. But before that, we see in this bottom right corner here, we have the climate meter, essentially, which works on temperature, on top and bottom, and on humidity, which works on left and right. We can see that this is where we want to be. We want to be right in this target right here. This will give us extra rewards and make the process of cleaning up much easier. Some of this is affected whilst you're placing all of the trees and biodiversity, of course. However, it's not quite there to get all the way there. So that's what we have these advanced weather stations for. A humidity pylon and a temperature pylon. We're also not going to need the temperature pylon because we're just fine when it comes to temperature. However, we do need more humidity. You can see right here, the X will show where it's going to go after the humidity has been done. So plus 7% will let us a little bit closer. There we see that little X just move a little bit more. Get another. Good, so I think 4% is probably the best we're going to get. This one though, oh yes, here we go, look at that. 9% and gets us right in the sweet spot. That's perfect, it's exactly what we want. And you'll hit the effect of it momentarily. There it is. We don't quite know what happened, of course, to make this environment the way it is. But I wonder how long it's been since it's rained here. Look at that. The birds are returning. Nature is healing. You'll start seeing animals start moving back in. You've got some deer. You love the art style of them. They're very nice. Everything fits together so well. Yes, there we go. And the best thing, the rain will start curing the rest of the wasteland for you. So if you were worried about these little areas around it, have no fear. You're in good hands. Now, waste not, what not. We are going to reclaim everything that we just put in because you have to leave everything the way you found it. Now, to do that, this is what our drone is for. We are going to start placing down silos, which will reclaim everything in their area, and a loading dock, which will then reclaim the silos and give that material back to the drone. So, this is why we want to build everything near waterways, because our drone operates in the water. So, try to reclaim as much as you can. I think right there is good. Claim, and in it goes. Claim everything right here. I do like to see how much I can claim, because you might need to regress and backtrack yourself a little bit, depending on how you laid everything out. Oh, can we stick in that little arbitrarium into the corner? Oh, not without excluding the scrubber. Oh no, we're actually okay. It's really pouring down right now, isn't it? To help our little drone get up and down, we have these pound locks, which is what you can use for it to go up and down waterfalls. But if you are good with your placement, you won't need to actually use them. Now, we can actually place our silo all the way back here. So maybe this will should hopefully claim it. The silos destroy themselves, which is very useful for us. As long as we make sure that we are covered in all the areas, the drone will go and do its thing. And it will tell you if it's unable to get to the place that you want it to go. Alright, we'll see if our little experiment here worked. It looks like it might. Yes, there we go. Wonderful. Let's just watch the drone do its thing. It will go to each of them in sequence. Cleaning up all of the mess that we made in order to return this to the way that we wanted it to. Once the drone is sufficiently full up after it visits a few silos, it'll return itself back to the ship, and we'll start building it. Though by the looks of it, this is probably going to go to pretty much every silo, and it's going to build the entire ship in one go. The release date for Terra Nil is currently a TBA, unfortunately, but we can hope that it'll hopefully release probably in the latter half of 2022. And it's something I'm very much looking forward to. As someone who loves city builder games and logistics and management sims and all that, being able to essentially do the opposite to what I've already been doing, essentially play as a planeteer, if anyone who's familiar with Captain Planet, is definitely something that's very new and unique. And it really helps that the environment that we're looking at is just so nice to look at. A flawless cleanup. We have our wonderful little ark, powered probably entirely by renewable energy, which is that definitely gets the wall as he's going, doesn't it? And we're done. Look at our handiwork. We've got a nice healthy forest. It all looks, that's the best thing, it's something really hard to nail in games like this. It all looks so organic. We made a deliberate choice in placing everything down here where we did, of course. But the end result looks like, well, we didn't have any hand in it at all. It looks like this has been entirely returned to nature, and it was always meant to be this way. This is a very satisfying and soothing thing to look at. So if you're the kind of person that likes to sort of sit back and admire your handiwork in games like this, then this is definitely the game for you. Our job here is done, so let's launch and get the hell out of here. Look at the frogs. There's a bear in the forest as well. Pick up our drone. Remember, leave nothing behind. Leave only footsteps. Wasteland reclaimed. That's something we want to see. Thankfully, Earth is probably not as bad as what we just saw then, but it really makes you think, doesn't it? However, we're not on Earth, and you can see that we have a lot of work ahead of us. It's only the beginning, isn't it? And that, everybody, is Terra Nil. So, thank you so much for joining me here today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop me a subscribe and make sure to, so you can always be sure to catch the latest content. I post here twice a week. And make sure to go to my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/CREMBELS, Crembels, same name here on the channel, where I like to stream 3 times a week in a wide variety of games, including things like Terra Nil. I love my city builders, my logistics sims, and also my FPS and RTS as well. I play a great variety of stuff, and I definitely have a very welcoming community. So thank you so much for those of you who enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and definitely stop by the Twitch. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a great night.